literally have never
We
felt
are
so...
sucking on fingers here,
I have never
folks.
felt so gay in my entire life from what you just did.
Subscribe to the podcast, KFC Radio on YouTube.
Bang.
Hi, how you doing?
How about that?
Oh, that's fine.
Fucking diva over here.
No, I
Jesus
know. I've
Christ.
become very
Goldilocks. Not too high, not too low.
There's a lot going on in my career.
No, there is though. I just got off the phone with Chrissy D, and I was just talking shop with him, and I mentioned how you were coming in, and he was saying how, if you need to pull it up, you can just pull it out.
Did
he
we
was just
start?
saying, yeah, this is it. We're just rolling.
This always happens where I don't know that we started.
We like to just.
I know, but I
throw you in the
love that
mix.
you guys do
Yeah.
that.
I do too, but I actually start thinking that because we give you a proper introduction when
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
recording.
Right.
Like
But-
the show will, yeah.
Yeah.
But like
Sometimes people have said, like, do they even know my name? It's like, we will preface this. Don't worry.
I did Oops yesterday, Oops the podcast,
Yeah.
and Francis was like, we're here with John Feidelberg of KFC Radio and like Saturday the Boy, this and that. And I was like, oh, should we be doing that?
So you were talking to Chris, my
Yeah,
boy.
and he
who
was
I
just
adore.
like saying how happy like the whole industry is for you because he said you're like the fastest rising comedian in the game right now, and we were talking about how much like we tip our cap that you really embraced social media and the digital world and the internet and all that, because you know, if I was doing something as long as you were doing something, I'd be set in my ways and I'd be like, fuck these new kids and these new,
which is exactly what I am.
Yeah, we're already there,
I do that.
You know,
I'm not doing TikTok.
Yeah, the fact that you are doing all that and it's working, so you're probably like happy about it. But I'm sure you weren't thrilled when you had to learn a new app and do it, you know, every day and clip this and algorithm that and subtitle. It's like shut the. You know?
It's not easy, but you know what? I mean, like, listen, I'm a business person, and I also have a team that helps me.
Right.
Like, I'm not doing the clipping and
right.
all that
But
shit.
so that's either though you're either doing it or you're paying for it, or you know, so it's like you have to embrace it one way or the other.
I'm sucking a lot of dick, which I didn't do for a long time.
Wouldn't that almost be easier for you? It's like I'll just suck this guy's dick and be done with it, you know?
And pay for it. Actually, I'm going to start putting that out there. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Do you
why
think
am
you
I paying for it?
would you be good at that?
I'm very good at sucking dick. We've talked about
Oh yeah. That's right. That's right.
I say this all the time, so I commit to it.
Right.
I really take it.
I always say that that's, you know, if you feel like you're like not good in bed, it's like I think it's pretty simple what you need to do to a dick.
Yeah.
just
actually,
devour it.
I'm very, you know, I'm filled with self-hatred.
Yes.
I mean, that's why I'm funny.
That's why we fit.
Honest.
You fit in perfectly
That's
here.
why Chris is funny.
Yeah,
You guys are so open. I love.
Yeah, we hate ourselves.
I love how open you guys are about how much you. It's why I love the two of you so much. I really can't relate to anyone who likes themselves at all.
At all.
I am, and people get so sad when I'm on stage, and I'm like, I fucking hate myself.
Yep.
Nothing. I've been in so much therapy. I'm medicated. Nothing. I'll never be okay.
It's just not.
I don't care how
not in
sad
the cards.
you
No
get.
matter
Never.
No matter how much you tell me it's okay to not be okay. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no.
Shut your
fuck.
goddamn
Oh, I
I
hate
don't-
that line. If you tell me it's okay to not be okay, I want to fucking punch you in the face.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a daughter of a therapist. I've been to every therapy. I've done
Everything,
I've hit a pillow with a bat. I've done everything.
You ever throw a chair out a window?
I've done everything. I've killed a baby.
Yeah,
to
me
be
and my
honest.
mom were talking about it this weekend.
You threw it out there. Oh, wait, did I know that? When did you do that?
like middle school.
Yeah, when you were young, because you were going through like a rage phase or something like that, right? Yeah. That sounds
I've
fun, though. I like
everything.
that. Have you done one of those break rooms? You can go and you pay, you smash bottles.
Yes, of course.
I did that. It was fun. I didn't feel better afterwards.
I've written letters. I've burnt them in a bonfire. I've
all that gay shit.
I've done therapy with a horse. I do that. I do a whole bit about it on stage. The horse had a huge hard on. I couldn't stop staring at the fucking horse's cock the whole time. I swear to God.
Were you
Be a professional horse. Come on.
I went to a trauma center 2.5 years ago in Florida, and I did therapy with a horse. Like I was supposed to stare at this horse and
talk to
it's
it,
supposed to
or
mirror
like
my
just like.
I ended up having sex with it. It was like
Wait.
So then I blew the horse.
I blew
I've heard of horse therapy before.
I did it, equine therapy.
Equine therapy, yeah.
Yeah.
But I always, in my head, I always pictured it like equine, equestrian. Like you rode the horse, that made you feel good. You're like talking to the horse.
I couldn't even end up riding the horse because I was so traumatized by its hard on. It was its leg was bleeding, and then a fly went in my ear. I'm like this Jewish girl from Jersey.
Right,
I
get
was
me out
so
of the fucking
traumatized
farm.
by
Yeah.
the fucking.
Get me on the
I was like,
concrete.
seriously, get me away from this fucking horse. Get out of here.
This
Put me
fly
back on the
flew in my
subway with
ear.
the homeless guy who's taking a shit, please. That's where I'm comfortable.
I'm like, where's the doctor? I'm a fly on my
The whole time I hear zzz in my ear. The cock is out. It's bleeding. I'm like, get me the fuck away from this.
to be
horse.
fair, that does not sound like the best like outdoorsy experience. A
Yeah.
bleeding horse with a hard dick while you're
Yeah.
getting attacked by bugs.
It
I
was
did
I would say
that.
that's the
unbelievable.
downside of nature.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was
I did that
crazy.
once with my sister for her birthday when we were really little kids. We took her horseback riding. She wanted to do that. And I was riding a horse, and my horse just fucking fucked off and went right back to his stall. And I'm only
No
slightly
thanks.
older than my sister, so I couldn't get off a horse. So I'm just sitting in this horse's stall with bugs flying all around me.
You're just like looking at the wall.
It was just like,
basically?
and like it's horse shit everywhere. So there were bugs fucking everywhere. And I was
I know,
just
it's a lot.
screaming. I was probably like I think it was my sister's second birthday, so I would have been 4.
That is
And I was
hilarious.
just sitting there screaming, crying, and I don't know why no one chased me.
No,
Like,
I know.
There should
Don't
have
you
been.
feel like you're like I'm so traumatized. I'll never. I'm telling you, that's why I'll never be okay.
Yeah, and it's okay. But it's okay to not be okay. They'll tell you.
Oh,
That's
God.
what I.
It's not okay.
No, it's not. It's not okay. It's like imagine like if like someone like had cancer because they were always comparing mental shit to like
Physical shit,
stuff.
yeah.
And it's like
It's okay to die.
it's okay to have cancer. It's like thanks for your permission, you fucking weirdo. But just so you know, it sucks.
But don't you think that like accepting like this the whole world right now it confuses me because it's like when you do when you're non-binary, right?
Yeah.
Like all I hear is that like gender doesn't matter, but then we're so quick to proclaim what our gender is and what our pronouns are. So it's like, does it matter and you want to be called a certain thing, or does it not matter and we're all like
I don't
fluid,
know.
you
I'm
know?
confused by
And
everything.
then-
I don't even know what's going on.
But then I also think about the same thing with like what we're talking about, where it's like if I just accept that I'm not like thrilled with myself, then that's my version of like happiness, and I'm okay with
It
that.
is
You know what I
very-
mean?
it's
So
ve-
it's like Nirvana. It's like I'm never gonna wake up and be like I look good, I feel good, I'm nice, people like me, I'm great. But if I'm okay with that, then
I have to tell you, I talk about this on stage a lot. It is very freeing to accept that you're never going to be okay. I actually have never felt better.
yeah, right. It's just like
I can barely function. I can barely get out of bed, and it's great. I'm just
And that's
saying,
my
this is
routine.
this is the more you fight it, the
That's
the
what I'm
worse
saying.
I feel.
Yeah.
The more I fight it and try to be okay,
Because
it's like I'm
it's just not in the cards.
gonna function because I have kids. So right,
Yeah.
so I have to be
at
okay.
least you got to be beat on that.
Right, so I have
well, that's why you're gonna end up dead. I
See
can't.
ya.
We can't. You know, you
Yeah,
can. You
right,
lucky bastard.
Right, I have to function.
Yeah.
because I have to be there for my kids. So I mean, it's like, and I keep trying to just every day wake up and be like, I have to be okay. I just think I'm always gonna be, have a hard time, but I'll get through it.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe I should
I'm
have kids.
traumatized.
Maybe because I need something
I
to
think
straighten
you
me
should.
out.
I think
Because-
today you should work on that.
Let me-
Just drop a load today. Leave it in. You know.
You want me to paint a picture for my day this morning? How it
Yeah.
started? 'Cause I don't
Tell
have
us-
kids.
tell us
So
how it started.
I
I
can
wanna
do whatever
hear.
the fuck I want,
Yeah.
whenever the fuck I want.
It's Peter Pan. You almost don't want to hear it because it's so much freedom. It's
I
disgusting.
need to hear what happened.
So first of all, I woke up. There's a mattress on the floor. It's my old mattress.
Wait,
I got-
that's what you sleep on?
No. I have a mattress on a bed. There's
okay.
also just a mattress in the corner of the room.
But also, he never makes it to bed. He just sleeps on the couch naked half the
So
Okay.
time.
I got a new mattress and I just kind of left it in the corner of the room, and I was like, I'll bring it down there one day, and that was 2 weeks ago. So I just have a full mattress, and I woke up this morning and my electricity was shut off because I was delinquent on the payment.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
I called my landlord. He came, not my landlord. I called my super. He came over. He was first. He's like, flick the breaker box, turn them on and off. I was like, that didn't work. He's like, all right, I'll be over. He went downstairs. He checked the breaker boxes. He's like,
This is
He's like,
amazing.
they're all set. Have you paid your electric bill? And I was like, phew, that's a good question.
probably it.
And I called Con Edison, and they're like, yeah, you're 3 months behind. I'm like, all right,
I'll do it.
I'll do it. 34 years old. 34 years old.
I love you so much.
He's a man, baby. Now, but what's scary is like.
But if I had a baby, I would be paying. I'd have remembered.
Of course, you would.
Gotta pay the electricity.
You would, of course.
Yeah, that kind of stuff for sure. But like, I have 2 kids. And my license is suspended. Found that out yesterday, since November. So, like, I'm not much farther behind you, but I have the kids. So who's really even, you're allowed to do this. I'm not allowed to do this.
Too.
And I've already gone to jail for a suspended license. Let me tell you this. One day, I was driving my, 2-year-old to school.
Yeah.
And
that makes it seem like you weren't driving her to school. You mean a fake school. Like,
yeah.
It's not really school.
Right.
It's
I was taking her to the bar. School, yeah. No, it's just crazy that 2-year-old
to a crack house.
Yeah. She was going to school. I can't stand
to see my whore.
So the cop, I was late to picking her up, so I made an illegal turn that saves you 5 solid minutes because you missed 2 lights. And this cop saw me. He was ahead of me.
Oh.
And I saw him turn and come down this way, and then he looped around again, and I knew he was coming for me. So I parked, and I ran into the apartment building, and I was like, he's going to be like, I missed him. He's gone. I come back out. He's waiting.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, fuck. And I thought I was just going to get hit with the illegal turn. And he's like, your license has been suspended 10 times. And I was like, no, that's a mistake. What he meant though was I had a ticket I didn't pay, and there was 10. It had been you have 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and every time it was a suspension. But it was basically he was saying super suspended, and I was like, oh fuck, okay. And my nanny was there, and I was like, okay, she'll drive, and I'll And he's like, no, I got to take your car. And you're coming with me.
He
was fucking my daughter. Luckily, was young enough that it didn't matter.
Right.
But also, I was like, Amy, he put me in cuffs and put me in the back of the car, and then said, "I'm gonna do you a solid. I'm gonna have somebody from the police department come and drive your car. That way, the tow truck doesn't have to come, and I'll save you $120." But what it meant was me sitting in the back of the car for 10 minutes while everyone in this apartment building comes in and sees me. And I was like, I'll just pay the tow truck. Yeah, I'm literally like this. I have a busted shoulder. I'm sitting. I'm like, just go to the. Just take me away, copper. And so I've let that happen again. I'm suspended again. So
I know.
Am I really
I've
in much
been
better
there.
shape than you? No, John.
Yeah, I'm a huge procrastinator, and I do things.
That's depression, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I push things to see how far I can get it. It's fucked up.
I will.
I'm really
it's specifically
fucked up
the
that
tickets
way.
with me. I will. What happens is I go. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pay this online, and it says your ticket is not yet in the system, and then I'm like, well, then fuck it, and I just don't do anything about it.
You weren't ready when I was ready, so it's not happening.
That's
ever.
exactly. I'm like, and then I think I'm somehow winning. I'll show you guys, and then I'm just suspended.
Yeah, it's
but
weird.
There's things with bills,
Me too.
taxes, tickets. I'm just like, it's not going to affect me right now.
I'm the exact same way, just so you know.
And I think we're both horribly depressed people, right?
Yeah. And I'll have a things to do list, but I'm not kidding. Things will stay on there for a year.
Yeah.
And I could just make one call.
And
one
done.
phone call.
And yeah, it's so simple to do some of these things, and I'm just like,
But it's also very self-sabotaging. It's like I'm hurting myself.
Yeah.
There's some people who hurt other people. I hurt myself
which is
constantly.
the better of the two.
Yeah, it is.
I would say.
I think
If I'm going to
it is
harm
too.
anybody, let it be me.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
people who just hurt other people.
Yeah.
They're great
Yeah.
to themselves.
Yeah, and those are assholes.
Yeah, they're horrific people.
I don't think we would be
That's
categorized as
that's
assholes.
who we end up being around and friends with.
Well, they knock us down.
Of course.
And we take it because we're
Yeah,
depressed
we're
pussies.
victims.
Yeah. That's the other thing. I don't know about for you. For me and for him, Irish Catholic,
Yeah.
it's just shut up. Just shut up and stop complaining and do your life. You know?
I know.
And then even I can't. My parents are kind of every generation I think gets a little more liberal with this shit.
Yeah.
And I can't even imagine what my grandparents were really like and what their grandparents were
God.
like.
Oh,
I mean,
I
it must have
know.
been you're talking about your feelings. Shut up. you
Have a bowl
pussy.
of stew and shut your mouth.
Yeah. Have a potato and shut the fuck up. Eat a raw
Right.
potato
Have
and
some
shut up,
goddamn
bitch.
mutton.
Yeah. Yeah, they were literally eating potatoes like an apple, you know? And I'm like, I can't finish my to-do list. You know what the to-do list for us was? Survive. Don't die.
Yeah.
That was the list. That was it. But
I
don't
know.
I also hate that shit of like, in my day it was blah blah blah. I'm turning into that, but
I know, me
I don't
too.
like it. I don't like it about myself, but I know
What's your least favorite thing about the youth?
That's a good question and a hard one because it's so open. But
Well, they complain about really benign, stupid shit.
Yeah.
Well,
that's where the comedy comes in. You're complaining about
of
jokes
course.
and shit.
It's I mean,
But then there's
come
also other
on.
thing,
But not even
everything
about the
is,
jokes. Yeah. I mean, I as someone who is with women, I get a lot of this, like, I've been with men and women, as you guys know, or I was just talking about sucking dick, but, it's like, you need to say this as a someone in the community, and you need to, it's like, don't tell me what I fucking need to say. I paved the way for you.
Yeah, so
I was with a woman in the time when you couldn't even hold hands with someone walking down the street. This is for real.
Right.
Marriage wasn't legal.
Right.
No one was gay.
Right.
Like literally.
Now I
when
feel
I
like
was in
left out.
college.
I'm
No
like,
one. Right. Exactly. You're
I'm a
weird to
loser
not even.
straight guy,
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like they're like, you can't say this, or you need to call yourself queer. It's like, I don't like that word.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what I need to call myself.
Yeah.
They're very pushy. Some of them.
I would also think
Very pushy.
that word sounds it's too close.
I
to
don't
queef
like
for
it.
me. and I don't like queef, so I wouldn't be running around.
I don't
being
like queef either.
Queef, you could say a lot of words around me. Queef.
I like queef.
Queef and twat really.
I don't like queef.
Yeah,
I love cunt. I love that
I can
word.
see that for you.
It's an
Yeah, that
amazing
fits you
word.
well. That's a good one.
That's the name of my new special. No, I'm joking. I'm coming out on
what
Nickelodeon.
You should call your special cunt, but it's just 4 asterisks, and it's like you decide what it is.
Oh, that's such a great idea.
It is cunt. I'll tell you the answer is cunt, but it could be fuck. It could
I
be
love
shit. It could be, whatever 4-letter word you want it to be, but the answer correctly is cunt.
That's such a good idea.
That's strong.
That's brilliant, actually.
And then it's like, what's the name of your new special? Like, you can say, I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you heard her new special?
Yeah,
Fuck.
that's hysterical.
No, but I heard cunt. It's the same one.
Yeah, but it's really true. It's I don't like the younger generation. It's kind of like the girl that kissed a girl once and calls herself
Sure, there's
a
a lot of that.
lesbian, and then which is fine. I don't care what you call yourself or how you identify, but don't tell me what I need to say about myself or what I'm literally someone who paved the way for you.
Yeah, that's a gangster thing
who's
to be able to
old
say.
school.
Yeah, I like that.
When you said when you were in college, like no one was gay. Were you gay in college?
I was with guys, and then my senior year, in my sorority, it's such a great story. I met a freshman girl and had this wild relationship, but it was secret. It was secret for years because no one in my surrounding, no one was gay.
Yeah.
Like you just weren't out at that time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
I know this was a long time
Like it wasn't
ago.
even a consideration.
No,
Yeah,
it was like no one
yeah.
was. You
Yeah,
just
yeah,
weren't
we're gonna do
openly
this secretly.
out.
As a guy in a frat, I heard the sorority and I went, fucking knew it. I met a girl in a sorority, like, I knew the whole time they've been doing the pillow fights. I fucking
Oh,
knew
the
it.
pillow fight. That's how
Sorority girls.
and that's when we first kissed. We were wrestling.
No
it was
way.
hot. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
For real?
on Christmas break, it was hot. We smoked pot and drank wine, but we were
so it's real?
Yes, we were attracted
we
to
always
each
joke
other
about,
for months.
there's feathers flying in the air. while you
Yes,
have a pillow
that's
fight in your
literally what
underwear.
happened in my mother's house. In my
then
house,
next
I
thing
went
you know,
home for
you're eating your
Christmas
box.
break.
It's like-
Yeah, it was so fucking hot.
Well, I feel like that's when you
was it like I can see
And
it,
she
like,
was
like,
hot.
It gets a little
Yeah.
serious first as like the fight does.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait, what are all these emotions? Like
I'm trying to
Yeah.
like get a 3 count on
I mean,
you. while
I
I'm
knew
also
it was.
trying to make
I
you
kind
come.
of knew it was going to happen, but even
Yeah.
at that point, I wasn't like I'm bi or I'm a lesbian. I just thought it was her, you know,
Right.
and I was very confused by the whole thing. So I was like, "What's this?"
Do you just dive in and go oral right away?
No,
Yeah, that's-
no. Lesbians. I mean, I don't want to again.
Speak for the community.
I don't.
They don't-
But
They don't go down?
now. They probably just go right to ass
Yeah,
licking.
yeah.
But
It's
when
like, don't
I
even
but,
touch my
gang shit, gang shit, gang
but
shit.
years ago, no.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that.
Wait, with finger
We-
stuff and
No, we
rubbing?
kissed,
Yeah.
and then eventually it went right into it. But I mean, I think now it's different.
Yeah.
I think now they go right.
I think
I
it's-
don't
I
know.
think you kiss their asshole first, and then you kiss their mouth, and then
yeah.
you have a sex
First
like a
you
strap-on.
fist their asshole, and then you make out. That's what they do now.
First base.
Yeah. First you put Vaseline all over your fist and pound their asshole, and then they kiss each other's cheeks.
Oh man, that's funny. Is there? There's like there's tops and bottoms in the gay community, and then within with lesbians, there's like strap-ons and people who wear and don't wear.
Yes. I mean, I'm going to speak for myself and for most of my friends.
Right.
There's usually it's pretty versatile.
Yeah,
but there is mostly, I think, like a kind of a top and a bottom.
Mm-hmm.
In my relationships, I'm much more of a top. And
I could have guessed.
I would, yeah. Thank you. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we always say I'm the top in this relationship.
I can see that.
I let him say that. That's the real top move, is to let you say that.
I love that.
Isn't he cute? Isn't he cute?
You guys are so. I love the two of you.
We usually close out our live shows with the crowd cheering. Is John the top or is Kevin the top? And that's how we decide.
Great. You guys are adorable. I'm definitely the top, and it would be weird. Like, but I also can definitely have someone else be the aggressor, but I'm only attracted to femme women. I love a girl, like really femmy women, and I've
they're
never.
Just hotter.
Yeah, they're much hotter.
See, I'm versatile with that.
Yeah, I get it.
I like a femme girl. I like a chick who looks like she can kick the shit out of me.
Oh yeah.
Well, I like a very aggressive femme woman. But they have to own it if they're gonna like take me. They have, and I can be taken. Trust me. But they have to own it. They can't be like, "Do you mind if I touch you?" They have to be like, "Take it, bitch." You know.
Liam Neeson's gonna come get you, taken.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm getting sold in the Middle East, taken.
Yeah. But I'm not attracted. Hey, little lady, I got that. You know, sometimes butch women really try to like butch it up with me, and I'm like, honey, you're barking. This is not working.
Hey, little lady, that's some Wild West shit.
They think because I have long hair and I sometimes wear some makeup that I'm like this femme. I'm not. That's not who I am.
Right,
you know,
right.
I like a strap on. I love that.
So wait,
hot
then,
to me. I get very turned on by it.
Because I remember one of our favorite comics is Sam J, and she has a bit talking about.
She's much butchier than I am.
She has a bit, or on her show or something, talked about like she opens up a closet full of like artillery for her to pick from. This size, that size, this color, that color.
Yeah.
So when you're doing that, do you?
I'm not that hardcore.
Yeah, she sounds like a fucking Fast and Furious scene. Like the wall opens up, there's just a wall of guns.
That's what she made it sound like. What do you pick the biggest one? Do you pick a smaller one? Like,
I think that's more of like the person you're with, what they
get to choose.
Yeah, right? Totally. Like
great.
that's
like
not my choice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the fucking baseball bat, and they're like this tiny. Whether you like it or not, I'm gonna pound it into you. I like toys though. I'm wild, you know. I like to play around with different kind of things.
That's always been the best part about being a chick. I think the male world is just getting to the tip of the iceberg when it comes to that.
Do you like that stuff? I can see you guys into that shit.
I'm like, why don't we have
so
all
much
these
fun.
fucking toys? I want everything. But there still is a stigma. It's like if people found out that you have like a vibrating fucking ring thing, you'd be like, oh, that's a little weird. But chicks are allowed to have a goddamn robot.
I know. I feel like so many men would be into that stuff.
I have done it once. I'm not talking like toys like in bed with a girl. Yeah, whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. But like if we're talking about like self stuff, what I've used to like masterbate, I don't know. That's a little much for me.
I understand.
I have told before I had like a fleshlight once, and I used it. I was like, I'm not fucking cleaning this. Like, I'm throwing this away. I'm not like, this is a one-time use. That.
But I agree with that. But I do think doing it together is where it gets.
I could do that.
Yeah,
it gets.
Yeah.
Together, I could. But
I'll
together,
do literally anything in bed with a chick. At least once. So if you want to do a toy or this or that, I'm all good. There is something a little weirder about like I'm alone and I gotta like set this up.
Me too.
All that shit.
I don't think I could do a lot alone.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's just.
I'm not into that.
But even as a chick, like you just have a vibrator.
No, that I could do.
Okay.
I'm talking about like a lot of other stuff, like weird setting things up and the whole. I'm not.
It's just.
Yeah.
I did.
Dude, so I went to we had a excuse me, on New Year's Eve, my friends had a Yankee swap, which is odd. It's not, it's a kind of a Christmas thing.
Yeah.
But we had forgotten about it. We're on our way to the party, and we stopped. Me and a couple friends stopped and like we'll just get stuff at a sex shop. Like I don't know, like it was like under $10.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a big thing, but I saw like this fucking thing. Imagine fucking. This is for a guy, obviously. The big tagline on it is over 12 pounds of tits and pussy.
Yo, if you're getting your tits and pussy by the poundage, like it's meat at the butcher.
Well,
And bro, look how spread open it is. Like why is that?
my God.
Why is it so aggressively ripped open?
Oh my God.
Dude, they gave a cross section. They cut it in half. So you can see like the canals. It's called the Fuck Me Silly Fanta Flesh to Go. Incredible colors,
But
detailed
that's
textures,
a
and the
pussy
ultimate
and an
DP
ass,
experience.
right?
Yeah.
Pussy ass, and I guess a set of tits. I took a picture of that. I forgot to take a picture of the
Yo,
whole box.
I'm telling you, man, I could fuck this thing. I think
If I were a
what's
guy,
stopping
I
me.
could too.
I think what's stopping me is a little bit of the shame and the stigma. But I think let's see this.
Bro, I would-
wait. This
You
is funny.
couldn't?
are
could.
you sure?
If I were a guy, I could.
So this is cut off, but it says with over 12 pounds of soft Fanta flesh
12
engulfing and
pounds.
massaging
It's
your
amazing.
cock, this plush piece of pussy feels better than the real thing. Squeeze and pinch her big 36 double D tits, then slide your cock between those massive mammaries and titty fuck her all night. Spread her cheeks, ram her tight little ass,
Oh
and
my
then fill her with
God.
every inch of your man meat. She's warm, she's tight, she's ready to fuck. Now here's where we get to the next part. When you're done, blow a load deep inside her or come all over her stomach and big tits. Cleanup is a snap either way with antibacterial cleaner and warm water. Best of all, she tucks under your bed or in the closet for easy storage after the fun. Knock her up. She's an all access anytime, any
Knock
place.
her up is amazing. Knock her up.
I'm gonna get this 12-pounder pregnant, baby.
If I had
That is
to,
whoever wrote that is like a great
I was just
fucking
thinking the same
copywriter or
thing.
whatever.
That's incredible.
if I had to fucking.
Can you imagine if her voice was like, Jewish to me, like an old Jewish voice? Put a load inside of me, Sonny.
But what if you had like that? That's my issue with it is storage thing. Like if I had to fucking, you feel. I'm not one of those guys. People say sometimes like they slam the laptop shut after they come and they like had to close the porn screen so fast because they're. I'm not like that. I'll fucking finish the scene. I respect an actor too much to turn it off. But the
Respect the craft that went
It's like
into it.
leaving the fucking movies before the credits start. Like, I'll see it out. But the if I had to wipe cum off a
Rubber.
essentially a dead body, and then hide a bowling ball in my room.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
It's
all
like-
right. this-
Hide a
this-
What do you
bowling-
put? You put it in like a sack or something? Like a.
I don't have an issue with that. I don't know
The
why.
hot- the putting it away?
I'm okay because I just feel like it's.
Well, I think because if someone found yours, it would be okay.
You're
I
right.
if
As a man, I get
if I
it.
was doing like a Barstool video,
Yeah.
and I forgot, and there was a 12-pound ass behind me, my career might be over. I might go to jail. A white man with a rubber ass, I might be like a blown out asshole. I'd be like, I'm going to jail now.
Drip it out.
I would
Like,
cancel
okay.
myself. Like I'd disappear.
Your kid just playing with it.
My God, that would be unbelievable.
It's one of those things that like intellectually I'm fine with it. In practice, I'm like, I can't have a doll filled with cum in my bedroom.
It should
because
be
if a fucking
practice
Not
what we
even
preach,
a doll,
but-
just a fucking torso.
Yeah, right.
Even
hole,
worse.
hole.
Even worse. Sometimes
Blown
like a
out
fucking
holes.
hacksaw too.
Yeah, wait. So that means it has like a whole back because it has the tits are on the front, ass on the back. So it's got to be.
It's perfect.
Actually,
You guys
now that I'm
don't have the
thinking about
head
it, though,
there. You're
12
just-
pounds is actually not that much if you're doing ass and tits. I feel like that's got to be pretty small, and then that feels like a whole different thing. Where you're
That's
fucking like
weird,
a little.
honestly, to have just like this thing.
If
that
you're
oh my
if you're
God.
talking about
Full
a
picture.
butt and tits, I think if it's 12 pounds, that probably is like a 12-year-old.
oh my,
Think about it. Think about what your ass and
Yes.
tits as a grown woman probably weigh. It's more than 12 pounds, right?
I'm gonna start seeing.
See, there's
the
too
fuck-
much
fuck me
thinking.
I know
shit.
there's
Like,
too
let me
much,
just
too
use my
much.
hand and
Yeah,
I'm
I
done.
know, and watch something.
Yeah, like, and especially with guys, like you get the poison out and you're like, okay, I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
So we don't need to do this whole fucking
Yeah, I know. It's a
dog
lot.
and pony show.
That's a
But I do
lot.
think if we like normalized it, guys would be like, yeah, I've got a rubber
What's the
this and a doll
craziest
that.
toy you think you've used with someone?
Oh wait, so we have two different things. So those are two different toys.
Okay.
So that
one's just an ass and one is a
Like
whole
the fuck
thing.
me silly to go is just the ass.
Fuck Me Silly to Go is the funniest name I've ever heard.
I'll have a number 1 and a fuck me silly to go, please.
I'll have a
No
small
onions.
fry and Fuck Me Silly to Go.
That might be your next
Bro,
special name.
I'll
fuck
tell
me
you-
silly to go.
I'll tell you, I've had a couple fuck me silly to goes in the day.
What do you mean?
Like in
Oh,
high
like-
school,
oh,
like
yeah.
we go grab some like McDonald's and fuck in the parking lot.
That's living.
Yeah.
That is living,
Like,
baby.
why'd you go so
Yeah.
fast? I got the McFlurry melting in the front seat.
Want to get to the fries while they're still warm. Come on. That's fucking hilarious. Fuck me silly to go. The craziest toy I have used.
I'll go first. Mine is a executioner's mask.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
That like I didn't.
That's fucking
I didn't
funny.
use it. A girl I was with used it, and
I find that kind of hot.
it was. We were both. And actually, honestly, God,
Did she blow you with it?
yeah, it was
It's
like
hot.
it was like one of the better blowjobs I've had.
Yeah.
But because she couldn't stop laughing, and neither could I. So like it was a literal blowjob. I've never got like a literal blowjob, like like my dick getting blown on, and it was like I was like, this feels incredible. Like if only girls would laugh while
Stop
I suck my dick
sucking.
all the time. Like
Oh, really? It felt good
it
that she was.
legitimately felt good. Like I was like, my dick was actually getting blown on. I was like, this is actually kind of fucking awesome.
interesting.
I could see the,
I think it was
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
meant
your
to be a
head being-
blowjob,
yeah.
and people kind of fucked up the name of it. It was like, no, you're supposed,
supposed
to
to
blow
blow
on
on
it.
Wow.
Get it wet and blow on it. Nice cooling sensation. Do it right now.
Off the rails, man.
Well, that was hot. When you just, I literally have never
We
felt
are
so.
sucking on fingers
I
here,
have never
folks.
felt so gay in my entire life from what you just did. I literally have never wanted a pussy so much from what you just did.
I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult. I thought you were gonna say you got straight.
No.
Like, I want to go back with a guy after that. Nope. She watched you suck your
just went-
fingers, and she was like, give me some pussy.
No, when I first saw you guys, I'm like, maybe I want to suck dick. And then you did that, and I'm like,
Nope. We're
Wow.
going back. We're going back. That's fucking
I'm
great.
joking. I love
no,
you.
you're not. It's okay.
What do you think is the crazy? I am trying to think of
Um,
myself. What I.
Oh,
I think I know. I don't know.
You don't want to say it?
No, I
Oh.
would say it. I'm thinking, but
I used one that was cool. You can program it
yeah.
and control it from your phone.
Oh.
Oh, I've heard of those.
I've heard of those
And
too.
then you can
You know
also-
what? That was in the Gerard Butler, The Ugly Truth, the classic.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you what you can do is so
That's
I
hot.
think it's better in your mind than in practice, but I could take it and use my phone and I like with my thumb like swipe up, swipe down, and it makes the vibrating go up and down, and then it saves it, and it's like a program, and then you could take it and go and put on like number 1, and it's the one that I designed for
and
you.
she leaves?
Yeah, she can, like if we were gonna be separate, if it's a long distance thing or
Oh my
whatever.
God.
Or if it's just like I have a routine that I do, I go fast, I go slow, I do this, and you like that, then I could save it and give that to you.
And wait a second. And then she can like be in bed.
Alone and,
And you
press
can
like
do it
from
from
Like
somewhere?
you press the first button. I can do it through my phone, or it's just like saved in the fucking vibrator.
Wow.
Yeah. That's not as crazy as it is like impressive. It's like, this is a
That's
great piece of technology.
so impressive.
Yeah,
It's like
but it's one of those things like I like we saved it and it was like I don't think she ever did it, but I think it was like cool in the moment.
Can you imagine
But
if you like
she's-
did it in a spiteful way, like she's at a funeral and you're like, "Fuck you!" Like, you,
Press number 1.
That just.
but
made
then
me
she'd
think
have
of-
to have the. That made no sense.
Yeah.
You'd
You'd have to go to a
vibrator.
vibrator, a funeral with the
No, you
vibrator
gotta,
in.
you
but-
gotta
I know,
sneak
the
it in her
dumbest
before
thing
the-
I've ever said.
No, you can sneak it in her the morning before the funeral.
You implanted it.
I mean, listen, you want to? We get a little wild at Irish wakes and funerals. Just
Yeah,
pop
that's
one in,
true.
babe. Who
No,
cares?
but that's hot.
yeah.
That made
Come
me
at a
think of
funeral?
the, I've this isn't like crazy or anything like that, but I'm 0 for 3 with Benoit balls.
Getting them lost in there.
Oh, like
Yeah,
lost.
I've done
every
that.
Time.
I've done that.
Dude, I've had.
If
that
it doesn't
happen-
have a string or a
Wow, that's
dangerous.
scary.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've done it where
there's
like
a moment of
basically-
panic where it's like we're going to the hospital, aren't we?
I'm like a guy on the side of the highway, like under the hood, where I'm like you're like you stand up. I'll like get like
Yeah, but you can get
like,
gravity.
jump a little bit. Yeah, like it is.
I'll
Like,
tell you
and
what.
the whole time I'm getting yelled at like it's my fault. Like this is right there. Like, get him out, John. Get him out.
I had a moment where I was trying to get him out and being gentle, and then It was kind of like, oh, these are stuck. That's funny. And then I was like, wait a minute, these are stuck, and like I can't get them out. And then I was like, we have a problem. And it went from like, let me try to get these out to being like, hold on, because I'm going in. And I'll get them out. And I don't know how it's going to feel, but these motherfuckers are coming out because we're not going to the emergency room tonight. So here we go.
You have the
I got 'em out.
You have the fireplace, like all the stuff from the fireplace.
Get the poker, get the hook. I got like tongs out. I'm going through the drawers of the kitchen.
Teaching how to do jumping jacks like the Iraqi army.
Get a Phillips head. The flathead's not doing it. Unbelievable.
Oh.
You're the best.
Yeah.
There's very few people we can just do
I
it with
love
like
this conversation. This is amazing. I'm going to go home and rub one out. This is a fucking amazing conversation.
Thinking of me sucking fingies.
Fingies is awesome.
He's deplorable. He really. I mean, he's a
love
little
that you
Peter
said
Pan boy.
fingies.
He's a little fucking Peter
You're
Pan
like
boy.
a little boy. I know. Fingies. Do you say that in bed? You want me to suck your
Let me put
fingies?
my
Hey, baby, you
fingies
want
in
some
you.
fingies? I'll tell you what. Here it's funny and childlike. In bed, it's real predatory.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like someone you didn't like, who wasn't in bed when you went to bed is
Yeah.
whispering that in your ear.
Instead of saying you want daddy, you're like, you want little boy? You want little boy?
Baby, do you want some fingies?
I can't believe, by the way, how much the step porn is still going.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we've been
People
making the joke
love
for
that
years
shit.
about how it like took over Pornhub, and I thought by now it would have like been a fad, and it is still just every fucking title. It's crazy.
Oh,
It
people
must just
love
be,
that shit.
I guess once the algorithm, it's like what we do. It's like whatever the algorithm says, we do it. So if step porn works, step porn works.
Stepmom,
We need some
stepbrother,
trailblazers to title their porn something else.
I'll tell you what.
I'm getting a little bored.
What starts to bother me is when I know people. Like
And it's
whether
like, you're not.
And I was
Yeah.
like, I fucking, that's your husband. I know that.
Yeah. Don't lie to me.
like the
fucking
amateur
lie.
accounts with like the blue check marks.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that is not.
Right, college girl who like, no, you're fucking not.
Yeah, I know.
I know how old you
you're
are.
a mom.
Yeah. Right. That's bullshit. That's like, remember when Asa made herself a MILF in the movie and before she had kids?
Yeah.
She listed herself. She was the producer of the porn and made herself a MILF. She was like 25 at the time.
It must be so weird if you know people and then see them in porn. It
Very
must be
strange.
So
Do you know?
weird.
You don't know anybody?
I do. I know some
Yeah.
people now, but it like
we got to know people through
but
this,
not
and-
like really well. Do you know what I'm
Right,
saying? I have like
right.
no good friends in porn.
Right.
You have like good friends.
No,
in
not good
porn?
friends, but people that we've had on the show like several times.
Right.
That like
That's weird.
We talked about we don't watch them anymore because not never, but not as much as we used to.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
at least speak for myself.
Yes.
And like I said to her, like, what would you do if we signed up for your OnlyFans? And she was like, oh no, you do not dare sign up for my OnlyFans. Like, we're friends. I don't want you seeing that.
I
you know?
mean-
and I was like, okay, let me unsubscribe. I will cancel right now.
Because I just watched you for 3 hours this morning.
But
Yeah.
there is something different, like once you know somebody.
Of course.
You know? But I don't know. I'll also watch anybody, anywhere, fuck, like at least once. Like any sex tape or anything, I'll watch you. Guy, girl, young, old, famous, not famous,
Of
whatever.
course.
There
I just
is
wanna
the
see what
same
you're working
thing
with.
where like, and it's not comparable to porn at all, but I've noticed it a lot in comedy. Where like when we get to know people very well, such as yourself, such as anybody, where like it is, and again, when I'm watching a porn, I'm not rooting for them. I'm not like fucking crush this. But then when I'm watching like this Stefano stand up, when I'm watching your stand up, like I'm like hell yeah. But then I get so jacked up and like I'm stressing myself out because I want you guys to like, because I'm a friend and a fan, and I'm like
Yeah.
trying to do it, and like it
Yeah.
ends up getting weird. I think just watching your friends do anything.
Yeah.
is
I
almost
know,
like
I understand
there's a
that.
Like when you
stress
guys
a
put
little
out
bit.
specials
I
or whatever,
have
I'm
a-
like, oh, like I hope it goes well. I hope they get views. I hope it, you know.
Well,
what I
I'm
mean?
the same way with you guys. Literally, when I see you put clips out and then I see comments, I get enraged.
Yeah, that's
I get enraged.
That's not.
It's
fun
hard.
game.
It's
Yeah.
hard to. It's hard when you care about people and you become
And when
friends
you
with
know
them.
more than the average person.
Of course.
And it's like I want to.
I know where
I want to
people
jump in and give a
stand.
fucking dissertation on why you're wrong, but then you can't do that.
I
Either,
can't
you know?
do it,
Let
and
me
it
tell you
happens
who they
with
are
me
for
with
real,
Chris and all my friends,
Yeah.
and you see what people say, you see what people do, and like you're like, no, that's not who this person is. That's not what's going on. You're such a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
But
I've driven friends off the internet with that. Like literally, I have a friend who's like, I don't go on the internet anymore because of what people said about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And that was like 10 years ago. He lives in the woods in Vermont now.
Right? He lost his mind.
I'm dead serious.
Yeah, no,
He's fucking an ass and
he's gonna fuck me to go deliver to his cabin
it's
in the woods.
very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and it makes it worse, to be honest, if you do try to like defend people.
Of
so it's
course.
Like, just leave, let the bullies bully. And
I
that's
think
just how it goes.
I don't know if I've said this to you guys, but I had to have my sister say to me once, like, do you realize how stupid you look that you're responding to these people? I'm like, oh God, you're right. I look so dumb. She's like, it makes you look less than.
Yeah,
that's like one of those things where like
that don't deserve your time.
I know. She's like, you're so big on the internet now, and you're responding.
But
to this dumb fucking
I
asshole.
reserve the right to, like, if you come at me, or particularly if you say something stupid and wrong. If your opinion is like, I don't like you, then that's that. But if you say something that is like factually incorrect,
I agree.
I don't care if you have 1 follower, 0 followers.
Me too.
I want to dunk on you. I'm gonna do it.
Me too.
And
If you open it up, I'm going to say anything I want,
Right.
and I will fucking annihilate you.
No holds barred.
I have gone to people's pages and found the worst pictures of them and blown it up. And
I'll ruin your
posted it
fucking
as a
life.
response,
Oh, yeah.
and people have died laughing. I mean, like, I will find the most horrific, and I'll blow it up to the biggest, and that's my response.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I like that move.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I had one time where like someone commented like, you're lying. Like I posted a story and someone's like, you're lying. Oh no, you're a liar. And I clicked on his page and he was so ugly, but his wife was even
Right.
Painless.
If you open it up,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for you.
And I didn't do it, but I wanted to reply because he said you're a liar. I just wanted to reply, your wife's hot.
That would have been good. I think you should go back and still do this.
That's
to this day.
hysterical.
That would be amazing.
That's the only one I still
Your
think
wife
about
is
to this
so
day.
fucking sexy.
You're right. Your wife is
Oh,
hot.
10. Oh man, that would be great. I almost
Didn't
want to
do it.
like
I still
have
think about
that
it this
set
day.
up somehow.
You
happen again.
motherfucker! If that was you, I still think about you.
I think I told you I posted a video of myself singing, and I am telling you, like in the car, just singing.
nice.
I can sing. I've never even trained, but I can sing. Anyway, so I sang that, and it's this fun-loving thing where I'm like belting. It has like 11 million views on my Facebook. It's huge on my Facebook. Someone wrote, I know you guys are going to laugh so hard. Years ago, someone wrote, I hope she hits a tree and dies on impact. Just from me singing. No jokes.
I like the on impact part.
Yeah.
I hope she hits a tree and dies on impact. I hate her. I fucking hate her.
Those ones I'm like,
And I'm just singing, just happily
just being
singing
like a
in a
happy
car.
person existing.
And I'm not kidding. To this day, I think I counted like weeks ago. It was like 61,000 people liked it.
I'll say this.
It's amazing. Every time I look, I laugh harder and harder at how many people have liked that car.
The impact
It's
is actually
horrible.
nice. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
They don't want you to
You're
suffer.
right. They
Right.
don't want me to be paralyzed or something. It's actually
I don't
it's
want her
very kind.
maimed or impaled. I just
It's
want it to
very
be
kind.
done. Nervous system
I
shattered
don't want
right
her
away.
to feel any pain. I just don't want her on the planet anymore.
Every time I look and it's more and more people have liked it, I laugh so hard. It's like, this is the craziest.
That I can appreciate that where there's a little bit of comedic effort,
Right,
and
it's
timing,
so
and
funny to
whatever.
me.
You know what I would say?
That-
I actually appreciate it more when there isn't. Like I was,
That's
I
just
was
off the cuff, like.
I was at the Bruins game last night, and I'm actually trying to remember what he actually said. I was at the Bruins Islanders game, and we were pretty close to the ice, so like fans could hear you. I'm sorry, players could hear you. And Taylor Hall plays for the Boston Bruins, and someone just went, it wasn't that's a girl's name. It just said it's like, hey, what would you call it? An asexual name?
Yeah.
And it's just like, hey, Taylor. And he kind of looks, it's an asexual name. And I like fucking died. I was like, that was pretty good, bro.
What's he supposed to say? Like,
He's like,
thanks.
all right.
That can either be a man or a woman. That's fucking funny. That
It's an
is
asexual name.
I know. I
He
love
might
the
not have said
heckles
that, but he said
sometimes.
something
good. Ambiguous or something like that.
Yeah, that might
ambiguous.
yeah. It's a
That's
sexually ambiguous name.
Yeah, I sometimes I have to remind myself. It's like we're telling jokes and being mean to people and busting balls. And,
Of course,
and
right.
so they're doing it back, you know. And sometimes it's like really mean spirited, and other times I'm like, well, now I'm being the pussy, so I should just like that comment too and fucking die on impact. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
That's the
but
game.
sometimes it's really mean spirited.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really
Well, it's got to be weird for you too. Like you had a successful career, but no doubt now is when it's fucking skyrocketing. So you've had many years used to like this level of this many people, and now you're exposed to a lot. You know, if you grow up on the internet now, from 12 years old, you're used to thousands of people calling you bad names.
Right.
When you've had, this many people in clubs or this many followers, and now all of a sudden it's like, boom, that's a life change, where all of a sudden you have to listen to every motherfucker.
Right. But I mean, 95% of the time they're the nicest, kindest. But of course, you focus on, it's like dad, you focus on the one. It's like being in, you have the audience and you're like staring at the one guy who's just looking at you.
That well.
Of course. Yeah. So, but I'm a truth teller and I don't take shit. So it's hard for me to be quiet and not address it.
Yeah.
But then again, they're such pussies because they would never do that in real life.
Yeah,
Ever.
Yeah. It's like never had a bad interaction in
Ever.
real life.
Would they say that to your face?
And I have, for the amount that I have online, to never have had one in person is crazy. You know what I mean?
Of course.
It's like a lot of people haven't had any interaction in person, but you also don't have a fucking avalanche of hate every day.
Right.
Not one of them is going to say it. Now I'm like asking for it.
No, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it.
I'm like, I say all the time, I'm like, if you were to meet me, I bet you would buy me a beer and
of
tell
course,
me how much you like my work.
They love you guys. It's also
so fucking annoying though.
A lot of times they do it just to be like, try to be funny or try to. They're like, I thought I was, busting your ass. They're such idiots.
No, you're like wishing death upon me and my family. That's not really that funny, dude.
Yeah, it's not funny because also I have an anxiety disorder, so I'm gonna end up in a home if you say one more thing.
That's gonna be the ultimate joke in the end is when somebody does kill themselves or end up in a home, and it's going to be your fault.
Got you guys.
Hope you can sleep at night.
Yeah.
My suicide list is just going to be, it's just going to be just all the names who ever said something bad.
Yeah, Joe in Tallahassee.
It was your fault.
Yes.
And then list all the names. You all share some of the blame, you dickheads.
Speaking of the internet and presence and people saying things to you, how do you know Henry Winkler so well?
Yeah, he's always loving your shit.
He heard me on Sirius Radio during COVID, and he became a fan. And he started contacting me on Twitter. And then he just got obsessed with my comedy. And he started retweeting everything and retweeting my dates. Like, I'll be like, I'll be in Bridgeport.
And he's just like,
April 2nd through the 4th. And he's like, go see Jessica in Bridgeport. Like, it's
That's
so
amazing.
incredible.
He's one of those guys who, like, everybody loves.
I
like,
love
Danny
him. I'm
DeVito
like, oh my God,
Henry,
he's my
just like
father.
everybody loves
I know.
him.
I love
we
him.
interviewed him a while back.
Long time ago.
Long time. Like
he did answer the internet.
Yeah.
One of the first people to do answer the internet was fucking Fonzie. It was crazy. And we like we like really.
Yeah,
we weren't having a conversation like this.
Oh right. It
was like, do you like popcorn or chips? But he did good.
You were like, did you ever had a woman blow you with a face mask?
You ever pre-program your girl's vibrator, Henry?
But that is, I saw him. I didn't see him. I was watching TV. At the Golden Globes the other night, and it was like he tweeted a picture of him taking a picture with Brad Pitt, and I was thinking, like, my God, how incredible a person, how impressive a person must you be for Henry Winkler to think I need a picture with him, and that applies to you too.
It's unbelievable. And then
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I was at Moon Tower Comedy Festival, and I walked. This is so insane. I walked downstairs to the lobby, and he was in the lobby doing press for Barry. And he was with his publicist and agents and whoever. And he had a mask on, I had a mask on. And
Executioner.
Yeah, exactly. And it was when everyone was wearing masks. And I walked up to him and I said, Henry? And he said, yeah. And I said, it's Jessica Kirson. And he goes, oh my God. Like he freaked out.
What a fucking
And
moment.
I was like, what? Like it
Yeah.
was so crazy.
Yeah.
And he took his mask off and I took my mask off and we started deep kissing. No, can you imagine?
I was about to say it if you didn't. I don't know why my mind. We all went there.
I know. And he goes, oh my God. He grabbed my face. And he held my face, and he just was like, "You're so beautiful. You're so amazing. You're a genius. You're a genius. You're just a fucking genius."
Do you remember if there was one video or one thing that like
he
one joke
watches
that
all
like
my stuff.
really
He
went
just
home?
watches all my stuff. He's such a big fan. It's like
crazy.
and
I
it's
love
just unbelievable. It's like, and Robin Williams was like this with me. And
Really?
I had,
What?
yes. He was like he saw me at the Comedy Cellar on a Tuesday night. He heckled me. This is people ask me in my Q&As after my shows because I do them a lot now. What's the biggest thing? And I think that was it. I was like 6 years into comedy. I'm 24
Robin
now.
Williams heckling you.
And he said, "You're brilliant. You're brilliant. You're fucking genius." And I said, "Who's heckling me like this?" I mean, it was crazy. And I looked down and it was him. And he was my idol. And I was just starting out. I was 6 years in. And I said, "Oh my God, it's Robin." Like I freaked out. And then after the show, he was
like in the middle of your set.
yes.
Like, oh my God.
And he was all sweaty and hairy, and he hugged me, and he said, "Keep doing what you're doing. You're going to be a star. Don't let anyone tell you what to do and what not to do." Because he saw
Dude,
how
what a
crazy I
cosign.
was on stage.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You're amazing. You're amazing." And I was like, I was blown away. I was blown.
Honestly though, it does not surprise me because
Yeah.
there's not. I have not ever heard anybody say, not even anything bad about you. Like, it's always a glowing, like,
Yeah.
she's one of the best, like, technically, but also, like, her attitude and, like, everything about you and like, on stage and off stage. You're one of the most, like, highly spoken about
Yeah,
people
thank you.
I've
I've
ever
worked
fucking
hard
met.
on that.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's, I
it's
would imagine hard
important.
to, like, you know, you've been in the game for a couple decades. You
Yeah.
probably most people probably do make some enemies or have some people they
lot.
don't like, and like it does not seem like there's anybody out there who has.
I'm proud of my reputation. I mean, it's not easy in this business, you know, but I am like, I really love the comedians and I love the people in it.
Yeah.
It's a family, you
Yeah.
know, I mean, there's very few people I dislike.
Right.
And it's only a couple of people who've done some shitty things to me, and
Okay, who are they?
and I will never be good to them. And you have to
that's what I
really be
appreciate
careful.
too.
Yeah.
Because it's like
You can't bite
you
the
don't wanna
hands.
be a
You never
push-off,
know who
a
you're going to
pushover,
need.
But you
yeah.
you know, I'll be nice to everybody, but if you cross me, I'll also make sure.
I will
you'll,
never.
like,
I'm like that. I'm a Scorpio. I mean,
Yeah.
you
can
can't fuck with me.
apologize and I'll say, "Oh, good," but I'll.
Scorpio.
Yeah. You don't. And it takes a lot.
To
You
get
can
you-
push
push
me
you
to
over
it.
the line,
Yeah,
yeah.
but then once
And
you
there's
do
no
it.
coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
It is.
Like,
I'm
I'll
the same
accept
way.
your
Like, I
apology,
have-
but I will never
Oh,
ever go
yeah.
out of my way for you ever again.
I will
or
never
whatever.
help you.
Yeah,
I will
yeah,
never.
yeah.
And there's very few people, but I don't forget shit
And I
because
will
it's like
assassinate
it's
you in your
people
sleep.
who've crossed me where it's like I've been accused of, you know, being like a racist when I've done a character in a video. Like there was this, you know, someone who accused me of, you know, brought up a video of a character I did from years ago, and the entire comedy community backed me and said, "This is ridiculous."
Yeah.
Like Jessica does characters, and everyone, club owners and bookers and comics, just were like, "Jessica, like, are you kidding me? She's the kindest, most loving." And then there were a couple of comics who turned on me and said, "You know, you need to apologize. You know, this are you fucking racist." I will
you later.
never, never.
See you
will
fucking
never,
later.
ever.
Well, I mean,
ever
when you've
forget
got
that.
the numbers behind you,
Yeah.
you don't need those people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Good on you for doing it as long as you've done it at the level that
Yeah.
you've done it. And,
Yeah.
and I just, you know, there are some people that pop early and some people that pop later, and it oftentimes does not really match up with like
No.
talent level, you know?
Yeah.
And performance. And
Yeah.
like, you know, it should have probably happened for you many years ago.
Yeah,
and
I
but
wasn't
I'm just
ready.
thrilled that it's happening.
I wasn't.
now.
I'm really ready now,
Yeah.
and I'm and I feel that I deserve it. I
Fuck
think it
yeah.
happens for a lot of people way too quick, and it doesn't sustain.
Right.
You know, it comes and then it goes,
Yeah.
and you never hear from them again,
Yep.
or they just end up touring and the show doesn't go.
Right.
You know, I have something in the works now with Bill Burr, which is amazing.
Heard of them.
And he's been incredible to me, and we have a project together right now, which is very exciting. And I have a lot going on, working on a crowd work special, and I've always worked. I've always done television, so I've always been relevant. I've always done the road, but like to sell out shows now all over the country, and that took a little too long.
Do you get the like overnight? Do people say you popped overnight? I always think of it with, I think Louis had a bit where he's like I've been doing this for 20 years. It didn't happen overnight. You might have learned about me overnight, but I have been here for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I've been here for a long time, but I think this whole thing kind of has happened overnight, but it's also because I hired the right team to help me. Like there's a group of guys that have been brilliant at the marketing part of it. Yeah. So
that's part of it too. You have the best material in the world, and if you don't play by the rules and shit, you're never gonna get it out there.
You got to do it.
Yeah,
like you said in the beginning, Chris.
And
Chris and I work with the same guy. He's fucking brilliant.
Right.
He's
we always see you guys reposting.
No, it's this guy Brian Morton. He's amazing, and he's like, it's. You have to do all that. There's a couple guys that do my captioning and my editing, and then there's a guy, Daniel, who does my YouTube. My YouTube has grown to, I don't know what it is now, like 330,000 subscribers.
Crazy.
It was at 13,000 6 months ago.
Wow.
No way.
Yes.
Dude. And you know
it's
what
crazy.
It is? Like stand-up comedy, I would say, is like 95% meritocracy. Like you got to have the goods. If you're funny, like that's the first thing.
Yes.
And then that last like 5% of like just play the game you can go from 13 to 330.
How many guys and girls are stuck at the cellar? Right?
And it's just
they're great, they're funny, but it's like if you don't put your shit out there and people aren't seeing it, you'll work there or honestly on the road.
The one thing we want to try to like I think comics are always like, I can't put my content out because like I want you to see it on stage, and it's like,
oh, you have to.
200 people are going to see it here. 200,000 people are going to see it here.
Right.
Like, as long as you keep writing new material, it can't be like everything you see on Instagram is the only thing you see on stage.
That's why I'm probably putting out my crowd work special on YouTube, because it's like, why not?
Right.
I have a huge following on there. It's growing by
if you have
2,000 every day.
If you have 330, you put it on YouTube.
Exactly. And it's like, why not put it out there? And it's so... You have to put your stuff out there.
I love it.
You have to put it out to the world.
And that's why doing things like Answer the Internet, and we have a new one. If you'll grace us with your presence, we have Who's the Biggest Asshole is our new card game. So we're gonna go next door and do a video.
Is it all
cool.
celebrities?
No, it's just scenarios that are like the boyfriend said this and the girlfriend said that.
Oh,
like,
I love
who's
that
the biggest
shit.
asshole?
Yeah.
So tell the people now. You got new dates all across the country.
Oh my God, I have a ton of dates coming up. I'm going all over. It's JessicaKirson.com, Kirson. Subscribe on my YouTube, Jessica Kirson Comedy. All the links are on my website. I'm on TikTok. I have a huge TikTok following. I post crowd work clips, so it's all shit. Every day I post a different clip, and you'll just go down a rabbit hole, get stoned, and watch all my videos. I have hundreds of them online.
That's at Fuck Me Silly to Go?
Yeah. Yes. If you go on youporn.com and if you put in Jewish face sitting, I come up on the first 11 pages. I'm very big on YouPorn.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. You are incredible. You are the queen of comedy. Thanks for coming in. Make sure you subscribe to KFC Radio on YouTube to get all the video content. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you know whenever new video content drops.
I want to say something, but the video has to be faster. That's it.